Hey there everybody, what is up? NihonTiger here. Welcome back to iRacing. Today, good luck guys. Today we're in, I believe this is one split. I don't know which split this is. There's two splits for this race, but the Skips at Zandvoort, which we've raced before in, instead of Corsa. It's a bit different track. Oh, getting ready to go here. Qualified third, Sergio Camara is up here. We've raced him before. He's pretty fast.
Car on your right. Still there. Clear on the right.
Oh. Be careful there, Lawrence. So, I'm just gonna kind of try and take it easy here. Green flag. Up through the windy bits here. This very fast corner. I'm just gonna take it comfortably. Which really, that's the name of the game, is doing this comfortably versus trying to be super competitive. These guys up here might wreck. And that's Skippy's. Kind of want to avoid a lot of contact and a lot of sliding. Oh, Sergio's already in the lead. Oh, we went off a little bit, but no X's, so that's fine. Might give Lawrence a run there down the straight. Oh, they're battling quite a bit. One of them will make a mistake here at some point, and that's when we'll get to capitalize on that. But we are the guy with the highest iRating in this race. Have not had a #1 car for a while. That's a tricky turn to get through. Go. Ooh, you slid it there. Oh, that time we went off. A little too aggressive on the curve there. Should have been a little more careful. So the good news is, the bad news is Lawrence is catching us there in fourth. He's gonna catch quite a bit there. But fifth and sixth are pretty far behind us. As long as we get the power down on these straights, we'll be good. And there's two guys. Yeah, I was watching their laps earlier. They're both really fast on this track. I'm not really too surprised that they've taken off. Lost it back in there a little bit. Car slid. Let's get down to the apex here and we can start to really push it out of that corner. Here we go. There we go, finally. And let off a little bit there. We'll start turning more as the turn tightens. It's a late turn in there. I think the one thing that I'm really guilty of doing and that I can certainly improve upon is using all of the track going all the way out to the edges here. Oh, 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 we saved it. We didn't lose too much time actually. Or at least we didn't lose too much of a gap to Lawrence there in fourth. We lost a bit of a gap to first and second. I need to drift a little bit more there. There you go, that was a lot better. Get the inside on this curb. Power out of there. These guys are still fighting for the lead. 14 laps around here. We're only on lap 4. So plenty of time for things to change. Again, didn't really take that corner as far as I could have. That probably cost me a little bit of time. On this lap.
10 laps to go.
Yeah, 140.54.9 is not the best. Hug the inside. Have a nice exit. The inside again. A little late on the accelerator there. That's okay. Should have been a little bit quicker to the punch on that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Car wanted to get sideways again. Not the best place to get sideways. High-speed corner. It's going to be more mechanical grip than aerodynamic grip through there, it feels like. Even though aero should be what's causing the push there. Or aero should be what's keeping us stable there, but it feels a lot like mechanical grip. Is the issue at hand there. Your slow corners are going to be more mechanical grip than anything else. And I'll lift a tiny little bit there. That's going to kill me a little bit on the exit. So again, we got about a 6-second gap. 154.3, a little faster there. That was bad. That drift outside. So the good news is we're really pulling away from those 5th and 6th place cars, so we're losing a lot of time to 1st and 2nd, but they're racing. And we did not break traction there, so that's good. A lot better through there as well. So I'm not too surprised that Sergio and Justin have checked out on us. Sergio, I've raced with him before, and he's been really fast. So not too surprising. He's probably got the mechanics of this car down pretty well. That was actually really good. You can definitely eat more of the inside curve there, but it will affect your turning. Your turning point will affect the radius at which you exit the corner. I probably shifted a little bit too early there. That's a 154.1. So we're improving lap by lap. Part of that being as the fuel burns off, we run a little bit lighter. Really good job actually out of that corner at that time, just getting all of the track, and that's very important. You want to get all of the track because that way you can have less of a turning input. You're not having to turn the car as hard to make it go through the corner and stay on the track. You can carry more speed as a result of that. So the ideal line is actually for this corner is to go all the way out to that curb there, all the way out on the left. I've never been comfortable doing that. I always feel like it's too close. Yeah, doing a little better now, getting the car to dance around to the edges of the track without understeering or scrubbing the tires too much. And here you want to have a nice setup. When we get about halfway through the corner, you can accelerate. Ideally, we'd like to be a little bit closer to the edge, a little bit quicker. And the same for this corner. And then we're going to turn in a little bit more here, a little more force. So it's going to scrub our speed. And that's better shift. We're about 9 seconds ahead of 5th place now. 4th place about 2 seconds back. Don't want to drag the brakes too much there. Really easy to get the back end to go around. So the fastest I've run here is a 153.9, which I ran for my qualifying lap. In fact, Sergio up there in P1 beat me in my qualifying by 1/1000th of a second. That was the difference between 2nd and 3rd. So one tiny little input one way or the other was the difference. The inside curb in that corner. Looks like there's some fun going on back there. Trevor guy's really fast. He's chewing his way up through the field. He's only 10 seconds back now. Laps, he's got 6 laps, so if he's got to be about 2 seconds a lap faster than me to actually catch me. Might catch the 4th place guy though. He seems to be falling off quite a bit. We'll just monitor his time there and see if he starts pulling us in a little bit. So we're kind of in our own little bubble now, where we're just racing ourselves. A little better on the brakes there. Way too much steering input there. Want to avoid that curve. Don't like the curbs in this car because they unsettle them. Unless they're flat ones like the one that we've been going over like the last 5 or 6 laps. So we got about 6 laps to go actually, including this one. There's a 1:53.8. Okay, that is the new fastest lap for us. Wow. Definitely be a bit slower. I can feel the car sliding a little bit on the inputs, and I probably lifted there. I didn't need to lift. That was very likely an unnecessary lift. There we go. So I remember this track from my Assetto Corsa days, and I remember it giving me nothing but pain and misery, along with Spa usually was another one that tended to be fairly brutal. I never really liked those tracks for some reason. 5 to go. All right. But in iRacing, this is the second time I've driven this in iRacing, and both times I've really liked the way that the car feels on the track. Especially the skippies. The skippies feel really nice driving around here. More so than when we did, did we do F3 here? I think we did F3 here. I know we did GT here, and that was a shit show. Was it, oh shit, no, was it GT or was it... We might have done GT and MX-5 here. I'm trying to remember that now. I know we've done it a couple of times in Assetto because we've had that around for a while. And by we, I mean our Assetto racing group. Back when Cohen was a regular. Well, it was 3rd gear, should have been 2nd gear. That's going to cost me a bit of time. Yeah, that last lap was almost a second slower. That wasn't very good. This will be even slower than that. I've missed a couple of shifts. Ah. So we got 5 more laps to go. Car's going to start to slide a little bit more as the tires wear. Yeah, we're not able to get as close to the apex there. It feels like maybe we just missed that up a little bit. But we'll see what we do here. It's going to be a 155, I'm guessing. 154.7. We were actually faster. So we can kind of start to tone back the speed a little bit, because we're not going to catch the only car we're racing is the 4th place car. We're not going to catch the first 2 unless they have a get together and they wreck. And unless we screw up, 5th and 6th won't catch us. So really 4th place is the only car that's on our radar. There's no reason to really push too hard with a 3.6 second lead. Yeah, it's pushing it a little bit now. Just have to manage as best we can. Big part of racing is managing the car as it changes, managing the track as it changes as well. Might have to accelerate out of that hairpin a little bit later because we're starting to slide a little bit, so okay, we're good. And back off the brakes a little bit there. Turned a little too early. Still 3.7, 3.6. That's still fine. We only got 3 laps to go. As long as we can hold that gap, that's all that matters. Even if we lose a couple of tenths here and there a lap, at this point we're just kind of bringing it home. Yeah, a little better coast through there. Really get on the gas. Ooh. Smoother application of the brake as the tires wear so as not to lock them up. There we go. Again, we didn't quite get out to the edge there, but we got through the corner safely. Every time we have to turn in and drift a little bit, we lose a little bit of time.
Two to go.
2 to go, alright. Lift just a little bit there to get the car to turn in a little bit more. So the way that works is there are different forces on the car, and there's a you know, they total up to be 100%. So your forces, as far as, you know, your braking, your acceleration, your turning, all kind of combine together, and there's only a maximum amount of force that your car can give at all times. So when you take from one to give to, you have to give to one, you have to take from another, is what I guess I should say. So that's why you can't be, you know, braking and accelerating at quite the same time, because it just doesn't make any sense. And same with braking and turning. The slower you're going, the more force you can have applied to the traction. So you can kind of feather the throttle here a little bit. And get a little bit more turn in there. Makes you a little smaller. Oh, Lawrence must have had an off. He just got jumped, and Trevor's still 10 seconds back of me. That's part of the reason that we really want to take it easy here, is because we don't need to throw ourselves. Oh, they're Let's see, Trevor must have added off because he's now back to 5th. It looks like he's really slow. Yeah, like going through this corner, you notice last lap that I lifted a tiny little bit and I could turn in a little bit more. That's kind of the basics of it. I have more traction if I'm not hammering down the gas. So the slower you go through a corner, the more turn input you can do. Just why you can't take a hairpin at like 100 miles an hour. Unless there's some banking, that would help with the turning. Because it would be applying an additional force, pushing you down into the apex, the bottom part of the turn. But like on a flatter, a slightly banked section. Oh, I almost went off there. I spent too much time talking to you guys. These flat corners where there's no or very little banking, because of the way the centrifugal force works, and just force and gravity and all that stuff in general, you know, there's a limit to how fast you can take every corner. And you have to kind of figure out how to get your car through the corner in the fastest amount of time, but also be set up to go into the next corner like so. That was beautiful. A little bit slow on exit, but that was pretty good. Like so. So I'm going to set this up to get out so I can hit the outside edge. Hey, we're going to walk away with the 3rd place at Zandvoort. That's pretty good. And the Skippy's here. I'll take that. I will certainly take that. Alright. It's a checkered flag. Come on, Spotter, tell me it's a checkered flag.
That's the checkered flag.
Thank you. Great job?
Great job.
Yeah, there we go. That is a great job indeed. 3rd place at Zandvoort in my split. I will take that. That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points.
For me, those last few laps interesting for me, Reed.
Good racing, guys. So we'll just kind of do a little bit of a cool down lap here, and we'll pull back into the pits since we didn't get to do that here. The pits at Zandvoort are really weird. They're difficult to get into, as I found out at one point, and I almost killed myself in practice in Aceto. But yeah, we've missed out on a significant chunk of the Skippy season. Missed a couple of the early races, but I've been trying to race them as the races come along here. So I think we've got all but one of the tracks for the remainder of the season. I know we got Phillip Island, Montreal, and we did not record. I don't think we recorded Zolder, but I did have a good, okay run there. Not as good as 3rd. It was like 11th, but I was in the top split. So I was just trying not to get it in the way of a bunch of people and kill them all. And I did that. I succeeded. Just like we've succeeded here. Very happy with this result. And here's the pits right over here. It's kind of like, slow down, suddenly, pit wall. It's very tight pits. Very hard to navigate. Checkered flag, man. Yes, the race is over. I'm going to the pits. But yeah, that will be it for iRacing and the skips this week. We'll be doing some more races. We still have Legends are at Concord. Trucks are at Michigan. We'll definitely be doing that one. And we still have the Jettas, which are at well, I will just let you take a look at it when we do that one. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Take care.